What I'm about to do here is going to sound extremely haughty, and it is. The point I'm trying to make is how frustrated I am with my classes right now. I am trying extremely hard at this school, but to a lot of people that doesn't mean anything. For my biology class, we have to do these things called news notes, and we basically take current topics in biology and we have to write a 2-page paper on them. It's not that hard. So to help illustrate this point, I want to read you part of my paper that I wrote. Not only because I'm really proud of it, but because I want to show you what I was taught that a research paper is supposed to sound like. There have been many theories as to how the Neanderthals have become extinct, but there are 3 main arguments that usually persist among the rest. The inability to cope with the climate change during the Ice Age, a failed attempt at cohabitation with Homo sapiens that ended in genocide, or an interbreeding which led to assimilation. The most interesting theory out of the 3 is what is known as the Neanderthal admixture hypothesis. Recently, in May 2010, a draft of the Neanderthal Genome Project has been published, which presented evidence that Neanderthal DNA is still present in modern humans. According to the researchers' calculations, between 1 and 4% of the DNA of most humans living today originate from the Neanderthal. And that's from the Max Planck Society. They have yet to find, however, any mitochondrial DNA connecting a modern human to Homo neanderthalensis, which suggests that no maternal link has survived in Homo sapiens. The Neanderthal admixture theory states that Neanderthals have not become extinct, so to say, but were genetically assimilated with Homo sapiens. This theory also backs the idea that a missing link will never be found, as one does not exist. I believe that the reason Homo neanderthalensis became extinct was a result of both interbreeding and competition. The evidence for both of these theories is rapidly growing, with more archaeological evidence as well as the paramount of the Neanderthal Genome Project. As an anthropologist, this is one of my favorite topics on which I try to stay current, but I hope that this argument will be definitively put to rest in my lifetime, as interesting as many of the other theories are. And then there is a bibliography that I have listed at the end. Now, I'm going to do something quite mean, because I just want to express my frustration with the kinds of people that I have been forced into a class with. I realize that this is extremely mean. I am so frustrated with this because nobody's learning anything. So this is the paper that was written by one of my classmates. It is barely 1.5 pages long, no bibliography, and it is titled Extinct Species. Extinction has been around for many years, period. It goes back all the way to the dinosaur years, period. Many animals, capital, have been extinct due to the way the environment is today, period. Back then, many different things happened in the world that has caused the world to be different today. To name one of the dinosaurs that lived back then was the Troodon formosus, not even capitalized. This was the type of dinosaur you would have seen in the movie Jurassic Park. A Troodon was a much smaller dinosaur, period. It was considered to be in the bird group, period, new paragraph. Most of these animals have become extinct through natural causes. An example would be the climate change in the environment. Many species would not get used to the change, and so they would all die, then that animal was called extinct. Today is completely different than back in the dinosaur day. Most species become extinct today because of human beings. There are more hunters in the world than we have some species because they have killed them all. In my opinion, I don't like hunters because they give them the right to kill species that one day we might need in the future. New paragraph. Many species also die from other endangered species. Animals have to eat, correct? Well, most animals living in the woods have to feed off something, so most just feed off of other animals. This is a huge cause of extinction of animals. Repetition. Most people in the 21st century know about the black rhino, but did you know that they have become extinct along with the Baji dolphin? ? Many people do not realize how many species are becoming extinct. And that's the last sentence of this paper. I want to shoot myself in the face. I realize that where I'm living right now and where I'm going to school, there's a lot having to do with the socioeconomical status of a lot of people. And that is why they did not get a good education, and that is why they write papers like this in a college setting. She also may be a lot younger than me. I'm 24. I'm rather old to be at college. Maybe she's fresh out of high school, but I can plainly tell you that if I wrote a paper like that in high school, I would have been in some sort of remedial class. Maybe she was. All I'm saying is that to teach yourself how to do a research project and to teach yourself things that you didn't know before is extremely important. Not enough emphasis is put on knowledge by parents, by teachers, by media. No one thinks that new knowledge is important or going out to find knowledge is important. And I realize that I'm preaching to the choir because a lot of my subscribers are already light years ahead of me when it comes to intelligence. And they know that we have a great need in our society for better teachers, better schools, etc. I'm just trying to illustrate that point. That's it. That and my total and utter frustration with the level of academics at the college that I'm attending right now. It makes me extremely sad for the future of science, of education, of whatever the hell field that person is going into. Let's hope it's not anything having to do with science or research. It's important. It is important to gain knowledge. In one way or another, whether you do it yourself or you go to school. Just keep learning. For the love of crap, just keep learning.